mean, like we said, there was a little bit of coordination issues, but as Sig said, there was also some good plays coming out of there as well.
Mm.
Um, really good coordination, and the team comp was in the right place. Their hearts were in the right place. It was just an issue with some misplays early and then some miscommunication later. So hopefully they'll get a little bit of that shored up for this second game.
Mm. Like if they got the same team picks that they got last game, I don't know that they should be able to compensate for last game. Just get the early jitters out, guys. You got this. Come on.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm sure they're hungry to do a better performance than they did last time, and I'm sure they will. You know, you get the shakes out first game of the night, um,
Hmm.
and see where we can go from there. All right, everyone's signaling that they're ready, so we should be moving in a moment.
I
Or
know
they're
I'm on the edge of my seat.
or they're trolling us, one or the other. Got to make the casters look silly. It's part of their mandate.
Yep. It's what they do. Come on, man. You don't become a pro player unless you know how to control the casters.
I ain't getting trolled.
And someone
Yeah.
left. Yeah. Okay.
4v5, folks. We do see Northern Storm feeling very cocky right now, going in without their support.
Fortunately, I did not switch screen there, so no one else saw that. But you'll have to take our word for it. Someone ended up backing out, switching teams, goon stomp, causing problems.
Just a little bit of magical chairs, musical chairs.
They could also be magical chairs. Depends how comfortable they are.
Yeah.
Alright, so now that we've made the casters look foolish, not that we don't do that ourselves enough, let's see if they'll finish shuffling here and we get the game going. Alright. So moving in here, of course we have switched sides. We have Northern Storm on the left and take the Lantern on the right.
Well, now I'm just mad.
And taking the Zac out once again early. High priority there for Northern Storm.
With the engage power that he provides is completely understandable.
And we've been seeing a lot of him in this split, so it seems to be an annoyance that no one wants to deal with anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it's always nice to see which champions end up being the popular ones that then get banned right away. Kind of like a Nivea throughout the LCUS.
Yeah, and with the meta change that just happened, she's even more powerful, so we may see a return of the bird.
If she can get past the banning phase, that is.
Right, yeah. Which seems unlikely, but I'm actually surprised that other teams aren't trying to take advantage of her as well, since she is so strong and really is only banned out against Hohenheim and Ace.
Yep.
With the strong mage meta that we have right now with 8.14, it's completely understandable that the choices that were made last game with Ziggs playing into Malzahar, but I hope we see some different mages coming in. There's a very deep mage pool that the game provides.
Yeah, maybe it'll be like where we saw all those different jungles last week.
Well, someone had better be playing Blitz mid before the split. Hashtag Blitz mid.
Alright, so we didn't see a Caitlyn get banned, but we did see Take the Lantern do what most would probably say are all the right bans against Northern Storm. Also, I'm hearing myself on your headset against it.
Son of a person.
Alright, Braum gets picked up by Take the Lantern this time, instead of letting Northern Storm get it. So we'll see how that works out for him. And, ooh, possibly a Warwick jungle.
Incredible engage potential. That provides major threat that they were missing last game.
Yeah, I mean, that, like I was saying before, the threat potential was something that wasn't really being felt there, especially once Pantheon got knocked down a couple of pegs. So we'll see if Warwick manages to help them out with that. Ooh, and Shaken taking up Ornn. Another top
Mouse over
lane.
Singe there for a minute.
We're getting Ace in the chat screaming for Five Loco to take Urgot.
Fat Lee playing with us right now.
Well, I mean, you know, Misfortune jungle, that's possible.
Nah, Tarek jungle. That's what we need. Need it back. Bring it back, guys.
All right.
Ooh,
So we're
Rammus
starting
pick.
once again with jungle variety. 4 junglers in the first 2 games. All right. So a lot of durability coming out of Northern Storm so far. We've got Ornn and Rammus. And I'm assuming a tanky jungler, or a tanky, not jungler, tanky support, but we'll have to see. And Ziggs once again in the mid lane, getting rid of that Malzahar. Doesn't want to deal with that.
Solid play with the performance that Sigtal Infinite gave us last game.
Alright, so I'm betting the last ban is going to be either Xayah or Varus. Most likely Xayah.
As you wish.
Coming out of Storm here.
Janna ban coming across, so keeping that out of the hands of Chaos.
I'll just be over here, sharpening my feathers.
Interesting. Maybe they're worried about a Yasuo mid. Don't want to get rid of those knockups.
Totally possible. Probably not going to be happening, but you know.
Be fun to see. Alright, so it looks like possibly Severe getting picked here. Ooh, or that Jinx that we discussed in game at the start of the games today. Alright, so Jinx Braum up against Caitlyn, and we'll have to see. Also interesting, this is going to be interesting to see what the mid lane is. Oh, it looks like it's going to be Tom.
Very solid and completes this tanky trifecta that is Ornn, Rammus, and Chaos.
Yeah, that's an absurd front line.
Yeah, and Goonstomp can reach right through it, so very large threat potential.
I'd like to see Sig take a very ranged artillery mid laner. Victor, Brand, Xerath. Not Diana. I mean, pick Diana if you want, but it's not what I'm thinking. Alright, whatever. Don't listen to me.
Diana does provide him the ability to reach into that back line, so there's major threat potential that Ziggs and Jinx could reach, even with that front line that Urgot, Warwick, and Braum might provide.
Well, now we've had the Warwick, the Urgot pick, so somebody's listening to chat. Alright.
Alright.
So, just to cover the elephant in the room right now, because there's probably an elephant on Northern Storm's team somewhere. There's a lot of meat there. There's just
It looks like they got 3 elephants over there.
right. They're building a wall, and Take the Lantern's gonna pay for it. It's just
Definitely.
all right. So let's compare how the front line here is kind of gonna work. I'm gonna start with you, Sig. What do you think Take the Lantern's gonna be able to do against this front line?
Well, with Braum being in place of Leona, he is a much more secure pick in the front line. With his shield, you're going to be able to prevent a lot of that reach that Caitlyn would have. But the real highlight, I think, is the Urgot. He's going to be able to take that front line and disassemble it. So someone like Ornn or Tom Kinch, who would be able to eat Caitlyn and escape, that's not going to be a choice. You're going to be able to pick into that back line with that.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely some options that they do have. What about you, Nickel? What do you think about this front line versus what Take the Lantern has?
I mean, we're going to see a lot of tankiness come out of Northern Storm, and it's going to be interesting what the backline is going to be offering, though, because I mean, you kind of touched on it a little bit with the Diana pick. I mean, tough champ to play. It's going to be interesting how Sigtal Infinite is going to be able to play her. Seems like that he was pretty confident in that pick, so let's see what he brings out of it. Also, we get 5 Locos Urgot coming out too with Take the Lantern and Braum. I mean, that they're gonna have a. I don't know if a tricky time is going to be the name of the game for Take the Lantern, but because we have Warwick, Jinx, and Ziggs able to lob over his ult, Jinx able to snipe people with her rockets if they land, and Warwick just being Warwick, you know, it's going to be hungry like the wolf all up in here.
Something I'd like to point out really quick, which my eyes didn't really notice until now, is it looks as though we have Tom Kench being the top lane and Ornn's the support.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, I didn't catch that either. I do like that though. I like Tom Kench going into Urgot, much more tanky choice. While Ornn is going to be able to provide that continual amount of CC, especially with his whatever his bonus is called, where he keeps
Brittle.
people brittle. Thank you. I knew it was a word. Definitely an English one.
Yeah, I mean, that is interesting. I traditionally do not like Tom Kench top just because he doesn't provide much in the way of a threat late game. But I mean, with Diana and Caitlyn being able to hyper carry, I'm sure that won't necessarily be an issue. But yeah, I mean, definitely something to keep an eye on now. And as I was gonna say before, I noticed that little change in expectations. Is that seeing how very aggressive Fat Lee decides to be is gonna what sets his pace of the game, because Warwick isn't probably gonna get off too many ganks before 6. So it's gonna be entirely in Fat Lee's purview.
Yeah, it's going to be in his court for the early part of the game. But if Toxic Cupcakes is able to get Warwick up quickly, I mean, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. It's all going to depend on his skill with the champ.
For sure. Yeah, and I mean, especially with those top lane ganks, it's going to be interesting to see how well they're able to coordinate. I mean, the taunt from Rammus combined with the ability to eat his opponent from Tom Kench is going to be very painful for Urgot, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it'll be annoying to say the least.
All right, well, we'll move into the game here and catch you on the end of it, Nickel.
Catch you guys later.
All right, moving into the skin analysis here. Probably going to see some similar skins. Yep, still Pulse Fire Caitlyn. Not a lot of skins on either side, actually. Rammus, Urgot, and Ornn all skinless.
Well, Take the Lantern does have a strong 4-skin lineup, with Urgot being the only naked one, that beautiful man. Well, with Fat Lee and Ornn, Chaos being the naked ones there, gonna have to give it to Team Take the Lantern. I think this is the start of a big turnaround for them.
Yeah, I thought Take the Lantern skins managed to be a little bit better there also. So hopefully that's a sign of positive things to come out of them. And someone's going to yell at me about the champions, so I'm going to shuffle them now. Before someone complains. Part of me wants to keep Ornn in the top lane just to indicate my distress about the pick, but that's fine. Alright. Oh, Urgot's in the wrong spot. That's weird. Thought I shuffled. Okay. There we go. Alright, so moving just straight up mid lane here. Northern Storm. Looks like they're going for just a hard invade, but we'll see. Being a little more defensive on the blue. Huge may actually... Nope. Alright, so we'll see how this goes for him. They seem to be anticipating the invade. Depending when Northern Storm decides to move here, this could get really troubling for them. A lot of skills haven't been picked yet by Northern Storm either. But here we go. Here we go. They're
Very
spotted.
Good. Looks like he will get out. Oh,
Yep.
Taunt comes across.
Many flashes blown there. Yeah, 2 flashes there for Northern Storm, 1 flash for Take the Lantern, but Ziggs manages to get out with very little trouble. And Rammus ended up taking Taunt first. So we'll see if that slows him down a little bit at all in the jungling phase. I'm sure it will, especially with this really good leash coming out of Goon and Chaos.
Yeah, he's going to be able to recover off that real quick. But the team as a whole, no, I think there is going to be a little loss there as Take the Lantern won that just by existing.
Or not having Flash may also lead to problems. But we'll see how it goes. 5 Loco's just kind of sitting. Okay, I wasn't sure if he disconnected there.
Next level taunting, that's all it was.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit of harassing coming out of Shaken here early on the Tom Kench. Definitely trying to get that that lobster marker off there.
Yeah, you want to make sure you trade early on level 1 as Tom Kinch, because once you get more abilities under your belt, it's very difficult to keep up with those trades.
Right, but jungles are currently behaving themselves. No crazy early game ganks like we saw in the first game. Bot lane is very, very acceptable as well. Mid lane Ziggs is winning the CS fight relatively cleanly now, not to be surprised by a ranged versus a melee mid lane. But Diana is getting a lot of poke off. Shaken's pretty low. Now that Urgot's hit 3, he's done messing around with the big fish man.
Yeah, big power spike there. We do see Toxic Cupcakes. Looks like he might be coming in.
At the very least, taking advantage of the speed boost he gets from that Bloodlust. And just basic trading so far. Warwick might actually be able to jump here on the Fear doesn't quite, almost managed to pull that off there. Really good effort there by Huge to get the knockback.
Yeah, and very effective utilization of Diana's kit there. She was able to use that engage to pull herself closer into that Warwick, so you didn't see the satchel charge take her back as far. So very well played on both sides.
Yeah, both junglers are in the bot lane now. Ram is trying to go in, but may find himself getting caught out here. Taunt and Fear goes down at the same time on the Warwick. Warwick, of course, not dealing a lot of damage early here. Jinx really trying to help, but First Blood does go down on Toxic Cupcakes. And now we'll see if any sort of chase happens. Jinx is being relatively ignored as they're focusing on the Braum instead. Interesting choice there. But now Jinx is getting chased. We'll see a flash here.
Oh, did not get that off in time.
And, of course, now we see Fatley missing his flash.
Yeah, and where he wasn't able to hit her with his speed up, you didn't get that stun, so she was able to escape.
Alright, unfortunate for Toxic Cupcakes getting picked off there, but it could have been a lot worse. Probably aided by the fact that they were focusing on the Braum for quite a bit of that fight.
Yeah.
But that being said, Goonstomp does have the red buff now, so that's just going to make life really painful for Take the Lantern's bot lane for a while now.
Yeah, plus that First Blood going over to Goonstomp's already shown how much danger that creates. Yep.
Already has enough gold for a BF sword, though obviously hungry for more with that red buff. Huge at about half health and almost no mana in the mid lane, so probably going to need to go back there and give Sigtao a little bit extra creep. Top lane, Shaken's managed to heal back up there, but looks like he'll be, just warding to make sure he isn't snuck up on by that Warwick, who is now returned to the mid lane and trying to get in a little bit of CS.
Yeah, got to take advantage of that vacation that Ziggs took.
Menard's hanging out almost at BF sword levels of gold. So we'll see if trying to get those last few pokes off hurts him or not. Probably could get one more kill and get back, but also a lot of damage can come out of Caitlyn very quickly here. And does, in fact.
Very good dive by Titan there, keeping his ADC safe.
Alright, so Menard's, really low. Needs to think about, going home, spending her savings fund. Especially because both of Northern Storm's lane is going back as well. So it does give them a little chance to farm a little bit more. Get some extra gold, a few extra CS, but that huge First Blood is going to really hurt them now once Caitlyn gets back to lane. Huge has returned also to lane thanks to his teleport. Able to get a little more pressure there. And Urgot continues to be a strong presence in his own lane, forcing Shaken to go back before he does, and now up 15 CS.
Yeah, much different performance from 5 Loco Addict this game, as he's able to keep the pressure on, as he does have a CS lead, which is the 15 CS is essentially a kill.
Yeah, and I mean it's a really good a really good job by 5 Loco, and also just, you know, managing to take advantage of a lane that he does have an advantage in.
Oh yeah, when you pick Tom Kench's top lane, you're not picking him for his ability to push top or bully top. It's for that team fight ability. So very strong play there, but making sure that you understand you're going to be bullied, and that's what 5 Loco is able to do right now. Oh, TP coming into the bot lane. We do see Chaos is out of position. 5 Loco able to go in, but I don't know if they'll be able to secure anything right now, as Goon Stomp is continually moving. Flash did come across. That jump from 5 Loco did not close the gap enough. So, burned TP with Tom Kench being able to push in the tower in the top lane.
Yeah, good effort though, but also good job spotting it out. Unfortunate that Menards and Die by Titan weren't able to be a little bit further forward, and good flashes from both sides trying to both engage and escape there.
Very much so.
Urgot does manage to go in the mid lane though. This could actually be really bad for Sig Tao. We'll see if they're able to combine these ultimates. Oh! A lot of damage comes out of 5 Loco, but manages to land the ultimate and lock that up.
Oh, looks like he is going to run right into Fat Lee, though, who does have his ultimate, but the kill goes over to Tom Kench, shaken not stirred, eating that right up.
Really surprised that he decided to head into the jungle like that. You're pretty low, you have very little ward coverage, so you have no idea where Fat Lee is, and you have a turret right there. So maybe a slight misplay coming out of 5 Loco. Good job by Fat Lee coming in to clean that up.
We did see the bot lane combo of Goon Stomp and Chaos able to take first tower in favor of Team Northern Storm.
And Toxic Cupcake's almost picked off by Shaken and Lee, but gets under turret before Lee's able to close in on him. So now they've got to do the difficult task of trying to force Fat Lee out of your jungle. It looks like Lee is, at least for the moment, willing to leave on his own, as his team appears to be setting up for Dragon #1, which will be a Ocean Drake. This is probably going to at least be initially spotted, as we do see Menards and Die by Titan getting into a bit of position there.
They are going to start the Drake, though, but there's more than enough pressure being able in other lanes where they could capitalize. Team Take the Lantern don't have to let this just be a free Drake, but looks like they aren't going to really push this in any way.
Yeah, by the time they manage to rotate over, Dragon's already been taken.
We do see a 4-man rotation of the mid lane. Fat Lee not engaging, choosing to farm instead.
Yeah, he was a little ahead of his team, and especially because Warwick wasn't there, you're not sure what angle he's going to come down in, and he is 6.
Yeah, they did not have a vision of the river right there, so smart play.
And now we'll have to see what they do with that smart play, as Menards and Die by Titan are hanging out in the mid lane for a moment before backing off and looking like they're going to rotate back down to bot. Fat Lee, meanwhile, is up in the top lane, possibly coming in for a gank here, as 5 Loco is pushed very far forward. We'll see if that goes anywhere, where Warwick is in a position to possibly help, but here comes Caitlyn, so this should tell 5 Loco to get out of there, and he's about to try. Flash is blown, that's an interesting choice. Fat Lee does try to come in, taunt does land. Unfortunately for 5 Loco, he steps on a Caitlyn trap.
No, he did play very well trying to escape, but just so difficult in that 3v1 situation.
I'll be really interested to see in the next few minutes if Shaken Not Stirred would have been better keeping that flash for something else.
Now, we did see Sigtal Infinite did have to blow his flash in order to escape, but it was a very smart flash as he was able to avoid the fear from Warwick.
And now Warwick's coming down to try to close in on Shaken here. We'll see if he's going to get any help. Most of the rest of his team seems content with getting that top lane turret. Yeah, Shaken able to get a little bit of damage off. Shaken, of course, is level 9, so that will help with his absurd durability. Die by Titan gets some turret aggro on him. They don't really manage to take advantage of it, though. Looks like they'll get this turret pretty easily. Zig's even coming down to help at the end, but the push up in the top lane is still going. 5 Loco trying to 3v1 here. Fortunately, Urgot's AoE is helping him clean up a little bit, but definitely not as clean as Take the Lantern might have liked.
Yeah, when you can't get the kill, you definitely clear the wave, and that's something that Urgot can do very well.
Zig.
Shaken, not stirred, not scared in any way, shape, or form. Just stood there while Jinx was recalling.
And looks as though we'll see Northern Storm getting Baron's little brother again. Zig's ult's a little too early that time, but they aren't dealing a lot of damage here. They aren't able to deal quite as much out because they don't really have the Zin. Good Jinx Rocket there, puts a lot of damage on Fat Lee. 3v2 here, but there isn't a lot of damage at all on Fat Lee coming down just yet. Big ultimate does take out the Warwick though, and the Urgot's going to go down as well. Meanwhile, they do manage to take out Diana, and Jinx is at pretty full health, so they can try to push in on this because Caitlyn's very low.
Very good cue there from Chaos on Ornn, making sure that they can't continue that push onto them.
Yeah, and good job by Shaken to ult back into the fight to establish that front line that their team needs so much.
Yeah, solid 2 for 2. Very well played by both sides.
Good job by Menard setting up some territory control with that those Jinx traps. So now we have the age-old battle of an ADC against two tanks who aren't going to be dealing a lot of damage to her, but she can't quite melt them just yet.
Very difficult to do.
And Rammus is now back into the fray as well. So we'll have to see how that Fat Lee's presence continues to influence the game. Wards are a little bit better for Take the Lantern this time, but not quite as good as we see the penetration from Northern Storm up in the top part of the jungle.
Well, Fat Lee always keeps a commanding performance with his vision score, so we'll have to see exactly how that's answered.
Yeah, does manage to scare off Ziggs a little bit, but Zig ults right away. Warwick's trying to go in here, but focusing all of his CC and damage on Fat Lee, so unfortunately not able to be quite as impactful as he might want to be. Huge Jinx Rocket, though. Manages to help secure Ornn and put a lot of damage on Sigtow Infinite.
Yeah, this is a much better composed team, Take the Lantern. They're keeping this gold lead. It's been 2K for about 8 minutes now, and they've not allowed it to roll in any direction. So, way to stay in the game.
Yeah, and they also have a lot more just basic map presence, because rather than Pantheon's ultimate, they now have Jinx's ultimate, which is able to impact a lot quicker, and so far they've landed 2 very good rockets. Interested to see how 5 Loco manages to move in here. Trying to sneak behind. Should be able to do it. There's 2 very squishy ladies here in the mid lane, and Caitlyn just used her escape. Rushing in, couple of good ultimate going down there. Ornn's ult does come in to contest to get 2 knockups, but it looks as though they should be able to get out. Yeah, just a little more damage. Yeah, Zig's ult not dealing as much damage as I'm sure he would like.
Well, he has completed his Ludens, but that's the only real AP that he has in his kit right now.
Warwick almost loses the jungle creep, but Zig cleans it up for him. Not sure if that was intentional, but good play by Yuji either way to keep it any experience at all away from Lee. Or at least gold. Next dragon has just spawned. It will be an Infernal. So that would be, of course, a huge boon for either team in a game that's as close as this is. But unfortunately, Take the Lantern does not have any wards on or near it. So they're going to be going into this fight blind.
And they got to be careful, because you're going to hop right onto those traps if you don't funnel correctly.
Yeah, it looked like Braum was trying to get those traps as best he could. Good job replacing wards when they're taken. Warwick going a little far forward there. That's not what you want to do. That means that Braum getting picked off as well. Ziggs tries to come in the back and does put down some pretty good aggressive things here. They do get the Caitlyn. Good pin by the Warwick. And now, once again, we have tanks who can't really deal too much damage. Diana is in here, and they do get Fat Lee. Need to focus this Diana, though. They do not. They do manage to take her out. And so now it's just everyone against Shaken, and Shaken does have his flash up, does manage to get out, but gets chained by Loco. Great play there.
Very exciting close there by 5 Loco, and the team fight that Team Take the Lantern was looking for.
Alright, that's their swing, and we'll see where it goes. I would have liked to see Ziggs teleport top immediately to deal with this wave, but they're letting Braum take it. And Urgot's now going to start pushing bot, Jinx going mid. So maybe a little bit of, not necessarily taking advantage of the ace when they got it, but good job getting the ace to begin with. Really strong and exciting performance there coming out of them in that fight.
Yeah, at this point, you're not going to see any team have really the damage potential to make a move like that. We do see an engagement going on right now. Warren using his ultimate to knock up, but I don't think they're going to be able to close it out. Jinx continuing her poke.
Yeah, really good job by the Braum there, jumping in to help protect the Jinx from the little bit of damage that started the engage. They're probably going to lose the mid turret here, but after that fight against Dragon, I'm sure they don't mind too much. Do have Tahm Kench pushing in the bot lane, Ziggs in the top. So 4v4, but everyone's heading for the Ziggs right now. They have to. Ziggs has to know this. Run, Huge. Huge, what are you doing? That's not running.
It's running the wrong way.
Ooh, does sacrifice himself to Caitlyn though. Really good combo play there. I'm surprised he didn't try to det pack himself out as well. Warwick now establishing the presence, and here is part of the problem with Northern Storm's team comp. Once Caitlyn is gone, they have one person that deals damage against at least two characters who are very good at picking off back lines, or at least contesting back lines.
Yeah, until it gets to the late game. Also, Diana really doesn't have that threat potential, but we do see them starting the Rift Herald, as we do see Fat Lee gets thrown in. Looks like he might go down first, but we do see tons of damage coming across in this cluster of champions. Fat Lee does go down first. This does turn into a 2-for-2, but we do have Menard still trying to close it out. Shaken, still trying to keep it going.
Yeah, Huge was very out of position there. I'm upset that we did see the Jinx get picked off, but we do have the Rift Herald taken out, and they get the Eye as well.
Not the pretty dirty team fight. Everybody just stacked right on top of each other. Like a bunch of octopuses playing Twister. Really couldn't tell what was happening.
Yeah, I'm sure Huge would have preferred to have been involved in that fight for a little bit longer, but did manage to come in and help close it out. And, you know, just a really good job going toe for toe, and as we said before the fight started, showing that without the Caitlyn there, that this is a really disadvantaged Northern Storm team comp. And, you know, I was complaining about it before, but this is part of the reason I don't like a Tahm Kench top. Because, like you said, he does have good CC team fighting potential and a good, you know, just durable body. But compared to other tankier top laners that can actually do something in fights like Shen or something, this isn't ideal, I would say.
Yeah, completely agree with you there.
But we'll have to see if they're able to take advantage of it. Definitely not out of this game yet. Gold lead is equal. One dragon apiece. Still up in turrets there. 5 Locos in a really bad spot now, getting 3v1. Just completely deleted. We'll see if Take the Lantern's able to get this turret though in exchange, but it looks like they're just going to get collapsed on. Top lane turret goes down on its own thanks to Winion, so now they've got to get out of there. Go south, young man. Warwick doesn't get taunted, lucky for them, and now just a retreat. Ziggs does throw down his ultimate to make a little bit of separation. Horn ult does come, but the knockup is going the other way. Ooh, Jinx gets caught out though. Nice try by Die by Titan to keep him alive, but now we're seeing a possibly reverse sweep here. Warwick gets sniped, but very durable, so manages to survive that. Fat Lee taking a ton of turret damage, but manages to get out of there really quick. So not quite a sweep, but they do manage to lose their bot lane on that and lose a turret as well.
Yeah, very solid engagement from Team Northern Storm, just answering all the misdirection that Team Take the Lantern tried to provide. It was incredibly well disengaged, though.
Alright, we'll see where 5 Loco decides to use this Herald now that he has it. Obviously, not a lot of good, no frontline turrets available anymore. So not able to necessarily take the best advantage of that. No lane's really pushed either. Maybe he should go top lane Just get a little bit of that poke.
That might be good, but when you're constantly, when you don't really have a lane that could benefit from it, you always go mid. Shortest route to victory.
Yeah, we'll see where it goes. Ocean Drake is going to be coming up in about 40 seconds here. We do see some good dewarding moves here from Take the Lantern, so once again a really nice change of pace compared to game 1. Mid lane's about to become really dangerous though. Warwick fortunately once again avoids getting taunted, but it's turning into another 5v5 here in the mid lane. Let's see if anything develops from it.
And very interesting right now. Caitlyn, usually their damage powerhouse, only has completed a static shift. Well, she just now finished her Infinity Edge, but that still puts her behind with Jinx, who has the Infinity Edge, Hurricane, and looks like she's building towards whatever lifesteal item she chooses to go with.
All right, so there comes the Rift Herald now, and it is really good to see that they're trying to incorporate the split pushing. Rift Herald pushing top while trying to get Dragon, but this also means that Urgot is not going to be available for this fight, and Northern Storm is taking advantage of it. Diving immediately on the Ziggs. Really good heads-up play by the Warwick, though, saving the Ziggs. Ziggs does go down, but a lot of ultimates coming in there. Urgot teleports into the middle of the fight, but may not want it, as the damage dealing is still very much alive with Caitlyn. Urgot is 3v1 currently, and doesn't seem like he's going to be able to survive for it, trying as hard as he can to get Fat Lee, and that turns into an ace.
Yeah, that was a trickle fight right there. Somebody forgot to cut off the team fight faucet, and it paid off for Team Northern Storm.
Yeah, that was also a very long fight too, because Jinx did just respawn. So we'll see if she's able to hold off here at all. Though Rift Herald did do a lot of damage to the turret, so that got something done at least. We'll see if they can pay off for that later. But now we have Take the Lantern's bot lane here coming in to protect their turret, and they do manage to protect it rather well. It does not fall, despite getting 709 hit points.
Yeah, Goon Stomp really putting down the damage now. It is worth pointing out, during that last team fight, Fat Lee was able to solo Jinx prior to the beginning of the team fight, so they were going in without their hyper carry. I don't think that was the beginning of the end for them. I think it pretty much sealed the deal with the late TP from Pop Loco.
Yeah, I mean, when you just like Northern Storm, well, we'll cover that in a second here, is we have another attempt by Fat Lee to solo the Jinx and doing a lot of damage as well. Big ultimate coming out of Huge is going to get sniped here, but doesn't quite get picked off. They should get Fat Lee here, and they do. So 1 for 1. Tank for ADC, though, is what a trade any team will make any day. Ziggs is still up, but has to TP back, and Urgot is now attracting the top lane. What I was going to say...
Go ahead.
What I was going to say before was just that with Urgot split pushing and Jinx picked off, it was basically the same problem that Northern Storm has, where all their big damage dealers were in different lanes, and that's why they ended up getting aced there. Good job by Braum helping to try to keep this Urgot alive. Urgot is probably going to get taken out here, but we'll see. Didn't have his ult, unfortunately, and good flash by Shaken to disengage.
Very clean played by the top lane.
Ooh, Rocket just misses. Sorry for missing that shutdown there, Warwick. I'm sure it was amazing. Ziggs retreating after, once again, a 1 for 1. The Ocean Drake was also taken out while we were watching the Urgot play there, so 2 Oceans now for Northern Storm.
Very strong play.
And Shaken coming in to just ignore everything Braum does to him and take out that turret. Jinx coming in the backside with Ziggs. They might be able to get Shaken here, especially with that stun that's going to come out from Braum's passive. So we'll see if Shaken's able to walk out. It doesn't look like he is, so sacrificing top laner for that mid turret.
Fair trade. Definite fair trade.
Alright, so Baron is up now. Rammus looks like he's trying to move in position there. We'll see how many more wards come in. Of course, there aren't that many wards on it for, in fact, 0 of them for Take the Lantern. Gonna drop one now, though. Good to have an eye on that Baron at this point. So we'll see where it goes from here. Jinx getting red buff. 3-person push there in the mid lane a little bit. With that exposed inhibitor, of course, very important to note.
major threat potential. If you try and counter this this Baron, then you could be in a position where someone could take out and hit.
And good ward cleaning once again from Northern Storm. Very strong action coming out of them in that respect. Alright, and the Crab once again goes for Northern Storm as well. So they've got most everything going for the Baron here. A new cheeky ward was put down though once they swept that out, so they may not realize that one is in there. And it looks like it's just going to see who blinks first at Baron. Yep, looks like they're trying to set a little bit of a trap here. Doesn't seem like Tickland is in a position to fall for it, even if they were going to try to. And now, oh, they're going for the Jinx. Jinx sees the Tahm Kench coming. She does not have Flash, and gets taken out, most likely because of it. Urgot is split pushing again. I'm not sure I agree with this, especially now that Jinx is dead. This is going to be exactly what happened by Dragon all over again. Ornalt doesn't do too much, but Fat Lee's trying to get around here. Good ultimates combining there. All three ultimates go off, but unfortunately the durability isn't quite there. Braum and Ziggs taken out. And Urgot is all alone.
Probably the worst base race you could ask for, with Urgot keeping his push up, with Northern Storm taking the top. And they're going to be able to take that min inhib as well, so...
Yeah, I really don't agree with this choice. I mean, obviously you don't necessarily want to go back home and die, but go back home and establish some presence, something. Help out your Jinx. I mean, Urgot Jinx could clean up one or two of these guys, but Jinx is now all alone.
I could maybe see this play if you keep in mind that the death counters aren't that high right now. They're not at a point where where a team wipe will end the game. So maybe they're thinking macro and long-term game, but... Still, I don't know if I agree with the play, but solid push by 5 Loco as he is able to take the tier 2 tower.
And really good job by Menards here, stalling out Sigtao Infinite. Warwick is coming and very hungry. We'll see if they manage to get Warwick, though, taking a lot of damage. Big Zigzaw coming in, does manage to land there. Ooh, good play, doesn't quite get it. They're going to get Fat Lee.
Oh, woo, very close with the Jinx ult there. Sigtao Infinite very skillfully done.
Yeah, Sigtao gets out with about 50 hit points. And Cloud Drake, of course, helping out quite a bit as well once she gets far enough away. Urgot, meanwhile, is getting destroyed by Shaken. Really unfortunate to see there.
Yeah, with Tom having Warmogs and Dead Man's Plate, he's very difficult to kill, especially with his E-shield. So you essentially got to kill him twice.
Yeah, I mean, especially because, you know, regardless of how little damage Tahm Kench may do, he just has to kill you faster. With that much health, it's very possible to do that.
Very risky Baron play right now with Team Northern Storm not having their jungler.
Yeah, I mean, not only did they not have their jungler, but they were they were just 3-manning it as well, with one of their damage dealers not present. I think they realize that they're not in the best position and decide to back off. But
well, the sneaky Baron is always tempting.
Yeah, also not helping 5 Loco in the top lane fights, and he's also a level behind. Let's see where the gold's at. Gold's about equal, though. Alright, so another push here in the mid lane. Definitely strong contention, especially with Diana split pushing. Oh, no, they're just heading to the bot lane there. Fat Lee might be sticking around to deal with the damage, but it looks as though he's scampering to join his team as well. So we got a 5-man push in the bot lane. Urgot is once again up in the top lane. And Toxic Cupcake, I don't know what he's doing. Cleaning out wards. Alright, so another positioning issue there. Fat Lee just dives in on that Jinx. Really good play there. Big knockup by the Braum, but unfortunately the aggro is on Fat Lee. So this turret's going down. This inhibitor's most likely going down. And it's now a 3v5. Oh, never mind, they get Tahm Kench. 3v4.
Very interesting. I didn't realize that Urgot's ultimate would eat through the shield that Tahm Kench creates with his E, and it did.
Well, now we know. Ooh, good angling there, but I think Urgot's going to be able to get away. Fat Lee's thinking about it. Doesn't quite get it, though, as Urgot is right within the healing range of the of the base. But this looks like it's going to close out the game. We'll see. Jinx is almost up, and Braum is almost up too. They could make a stand here and hold the Nexus. Urgot does get really good positioning out there on the Diana, forcing her back. Urgot's big AoE is dealing a lot of damage, and Jinx's AoE rockets too. I think they're going to hold Nexus.
Very well done. It is worth pointing out also that this is also the first game where we saw the Banner of Command meta come in, as Tom Kinch did pick it up.
Jinx does manage to finally pick off that Ornn. Good job by Northern Storm just rotating right down into that dragon. This will be their third Ocean Drake. I'm interested to see if they heal up and then just go straight to Baron, since there are 3 inhibitors down for Take the Lantern here. It'd be very hard for them to contest that.
I think that's the smart play. It is worth pointing out that Northern Storm realized what the linchpin in Team Take the Lantern's comp, and that's Jinx. They did not hesitate to go straight into Jinx at the beginning of that bot lane collapse.
Yeah, Fatley has basically made it his mission this whole game to just find Jinx and lock her down, and he's done a really good job of it. Underestimating that last hit a little bit, but we won't judge too much, Lee. It's fine. Alright, and once again, cleaning out Baron. Good job keeping heads up with those sweepers. And looks like they're positioning to try to take it. Kench is even teleporting in rather than walking. So we'll see here. Ziggs and Jinx could theoretically ult into this.
We'll have to see. Urgot's going to have to turn around because there is too much pressure on the Nexus right now. This could be game without a real engagement happening.
They did manage to take out the Ornn, though. Several, actually. But yeah, like you said, there was a big distraction there. Nice attempt there by Toxic Cupcake. And Ziggs unfortunately leaves Toxic Cupcake to die. Jinx was trying to help, but... So yeah, really good play there by Take the Lantern to grab some kills. Really minimizing the damage output that they're going to be able to put down here. But unfortunately, Warwick being left to die also means Jinx is left to die. So with Jinx and Warwick both dead, we're going to have 3v2 here. Or at least losing all the inhibitors. Fatley trying to spread the Baron buff love around. And they just can't really engage this because they have to protect their inhibitor, which is, or not inhibitor, Nexus, which is very slowly regenerating.
Yeah, even with that good team fight going towards Team Take the Lantern, it's just there's no real ability to leave the Nexus. As we see this bannered up minion pushing in the Nexus.
Bannered up Baron buff minion. The things nightmares are made of. Alright, Jinx will be up in 15 seconds, but I think the rest of Northern Storm's team is going to be there before then, so that's going to be really rough for them. We'll see how they're able to pull this off. A lot of poke going on here. Shaken just moving straight up, and they're going to leave this Nexus exposed if they're not careful. Jinx is up. Here we go. Big push in. Jinx moving in with those rockets. Fatley trying to get around, but stops himself before he manages to. 5 was taking a lot of damage here. Shaken backing off. Big ult coming in from the Ziggs. Lots of knockups going down as well. Ornn very low. Rammus in the back line, absolutely destroying anyone who's near him. Good flash trying to keep alive, but unfortunately only Ziggs is left, and that's going to be the game.
Incredibly well played by both teams, but Team Take the Lantern just could not keep up with the pace they had set.
Yeah, really well done, as you said, by both teams there. Great to see Take the Lantern at least make a little bit more of a statement this time. Able to go and say, hey, you know, we actually have a presence in this game. We actually are able to establish ourselves, and they managed to for quite a long time there. Unfortunately, once, as you said, once they discovered that linchpin, Fatley just exploited it, and that was the end of the game.
Looking at the total damage dealt, very solid across the board. Caitlyn was matched by Rammus this game with only a 200 damage differential, but we did see heavy damage coming from the Ziggs at 45,000, which is 13,000 higher, 17,000 higher than the second place on the other team. So very strong performance there.
All right, Nickel, you back with us?
Yes, I am.
All right, what did you think about that last game?
Oh boy, that was a game. But I feel like that Take the Lantern definitely got their heads in the right place. They were able to contend a lot better this time. They had a better team comp and were able to kind of have more of a presence over the map. Although it still just wasn't enough. They still had some miscommunications, it looked like. It just didn't look like that their head was in the right place for some of those plays. And unfortunately, Northern Storm was just able to capitalize that and just steamroll through the game later. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like you were saying, and like we pointed out a little bit also, there was some questionable choices there, especially coming out of 5 Loco with the Urgot. Need to be a little more involved in the fights. I realized they were trying to split push, and split pushing works on some days and doesn't on others. But that particular time, I don't think it was the right call.
Yeah, it's really questionable, those late plays they were trying to make. There wasn't really the time nor the place.
If they could have protected Jinx better, it might have paid off for them, as they would have been able to team fight. But there was just a target right on her head the whole time. They weren't able to keep her alive, so she wasn't able to carry.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, just the inability to protect the Jinx was unfortunate, but it's hard when you only have one true tank, let's call it, in the shape of Braum, and then Rammus can just zoom around and block down the Jinx, and that was it. But yeah, really impressive damage totals coming out of Fat Lee there, and really, really good job by Shaken as well. I mean, I was criticizing the Tahm Kench, but as we said, the durability got him a long way to being able to survive in those longer extended fights that helped their team quite substantially. But I'm not sure if we have an interview set up here for the game. It doesn't quite look like it. But yeah, so as you can see from the screen I have up here currently, our next set of games will be Triple Strike versus White Wolf Gaming, which we will be moving into very soon. Looks like we may be getting the interview. Let's wait for a quick second here. Really looking forward to this Triple Strike versus White Wolf game. Definitely a lot to look forward to. And also, popping over the standings real quick, will be White Wolf's chance to pull into the lead, at least until Option 12 gets their say in Game 3 against Cowbell. So we'll see if White Wolf is able to make any sort of statement against Triple Strike, or if Triple Strike's able to move up a little bit. Northern Storm winning both their games means that I believe they'll be in first place at this particular moment. But we have Fat Lee in the interview room now, so let's hop over there. Hey Lee, how's it going?
Oh, it's going good, guys.
Congratulations on your wins. Great job with the Rammus.
Yeah, thank you, man.
How about that Baron steal, though?
Oh, dude, that was juicy, man. I mean, I was kind of scared that he was gonna get it, and then surprisingly, I just rolled into it and hoped for the best, and I got it. I was just laughing the whole entire time when I did it.
One thing that we noticed really helped swing the game back into your favor in that second game was you picking off the Jinx in almost every team fight that there was. At what point did you guys decide to start doing that, or was that something you were always trying to build to and had only just gotten the ability to?
I mean, that was my goal for myself. Like, I just wanted to like get rid of their AD carry, most likely, because like I can maneuver around everybody except like probably Warwick, I think.
Yeah,
so
he did intercept you a couple of times there.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I don't know. Like I said, I all I aimed for was Jinx, and it worked out. Like, they lost a lot of damage, but Ziggs on the other hand was, oh man, don't want to talk about that one.
All right. Something else I wanted to ask about, the choice of having Ornn be support and Tahm Kench top, was that just to throw off Take the Lantern there, or was that another decision that you guys made?
It was actually a pocket pick from for our support. Our AD carry actually played with him playing Ornn, and they were really good. it was a really good lane.
Okay.
Plus, it was like we want to kind of mess around with their head, kind of going Ornn top or either Tom Kench top, see if what they would do.
Well, if you end up watching the VOD on YouTube, you'll see that we were we were distracted as well. I didn't quite notice it until about 20 seconds left in the timer. But yeah, you know, once again, congratulations, 2-0 game for you guys. Hopefully for your sake, you guys get to keep that lead and maybe be in the first place by the time this is all over.
We shall see.
All right, Nickel or Sig, do you guys have anything else for him?
Nope. Just well done, man. You've definitely shown your stuff in the jungle tonight.
Oh
and, and every night.
Yep.
All right, have a good night, Lee.
Yep, you too.
All right, and so with that, we will move into a quick break. I'll pass the casting duties over there to Nickel, and we'll be back in a few moments. Please stay with us.